Titanic. Let's see how audio looks on here. I think that should be fine. And this game does seem very fun. I think I watched Jacksepticeye play it years ago, but I don't remember anything about it. Are you gonna decide to not be temperamental today, Green White? Are you gonna be okay over there? Thank you. Voice interjections, yay. Awesome, voice effects. This could be a two-player game? Huh? Or this is gonna be cool. We'll do the full game. Spooky High School, the sweetest years of our lives. Back then, we were young and unafraid. I feel like this is gonna just remind me of my Monster High phase, which never really went away. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. Who are you? Between these two. I remember G1 Monster High. Oh, back when it was back when it had webisodes that were a few minutes long. Oh, I still like the new version. Okay. I like the new version character-wise, and kind of story-wise. I haven't seen much of the story. I don't like it animation-wise, because I don't like the kind of 3D animation they do. It's just not aesthetically pleasing to me. I'm getting very distracted by my ring light. Who am I here? I kind of want to go with him, but I also kind of go with him. We'll go green. Oh, it shows me their name and pronouns. Oh, that's fun. Lets me pick. Yeah, I'll go green. I only watched the 3D version, but they took it off. Oh, they took it off Netflix. What are you playing with over there? Nika? My cat's in the room with me. And I want to know what she's messing around with. Nika? What you doing? It is my job to lock the little baby here. Yeah, it's a cat reveal. What do you want, honey? We had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. OMG and Edward Cat. She's just a baby. She's probably wanted for arson and tax evasion, but she's a baby. Stop hitting my skeleton. I know you have a long and powerful tail, okay? And a mighty, mighty whine. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Are you gonna sniff my water bottle? And we've yet to experience his ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. Okay, yeah, you can jump down. I remember it clearly. I remember it clearly. 6 weeks were left, and as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates. We need a cat compilation one day. Maybe. I love taking pictures of and making little videos of this abomination. Are you playing with the cords? Is that what you're playing with? Stop that. Miranda Vanderbilt, 19. A sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal. Are you trying to knock down my ring light? Do you want out of the room that badly? Okay. But don't be whining to come back in, because you do that sometimes. That's why I bring you in here. I talk to my cat like she's an actual child sometimes. But more aggressive than I would talk to a child. Okay. Miranda Vanderbilt, 19, a sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal. Listen, I support women's rights and I support women's wrongs. Damien LeVay, 21, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire. So this is prom, yet there's a guy here that's 21? Oh, no. Scott Howell, a werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart. Aww. Liam DeLioncourt, somewhere in the 400s. Okay. Okay, this is Monster High School, so yeah, ages are iffy. A hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid that he was truly a lovable dork. Oh. Polly Geist, 22, a party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things. What? Like I said, I support women's rights and women's wrongs. And Vera Oberlin, 23, a mean, self-made Gorgon with a merciless sense of business. It was clear it had to be one of them, but who? Who doesn't make that one? Exactly. Are our cats criminals? Probably. They're kind of shifty. But they're adorable. We only had 6 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 6 weeks to woo them and conquer their heart. As I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever! How to not take this quiz to find out. Crazy exes, how to deal with when they just won't go. Teen Wolf! No! All minds are rotten, but they are rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more, we're here using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are. Monster Prom, stupid as pop quiz ever, TM. We'll throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into your character's stats. This way, each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. Let's start. You wish you were raised by who also happen to be tech moguls with some kind of the most profitable companies of Silicon Valley. It'd be kick-ass role playing. A mysterious old man who saved me from the streets in order to raise me as his disciple in the ancient ways of Brad DJ. I really forgot. This bears between a kick-ass venomous snake and actual fire. I love fire and I see no issue with being raised by it. I mean, I feel like it would be a disappointment to any D&D character I ever played if I didn't say I love fire and I see no issue with being raised by it. So bold. The coolest reality TV show would be 8 rich people fight in weekly challenges to see who's the best at giving money to you. Yes, trick them. People in positions of power must face all sorts of questions relevant to their field, and if they fail, they lose their jobs and society wins. 12 experts on the various arts of seduction live in a house where they must face a common challenge, seducing a potato into marriage, somehow. That would be funny. The Potato, Season 6. This would be a fun reality TV show, because it would make society better. Fire is so fun, I had to get my fire filters taken away because I remember back during 2020, I was messing around with recipes because I was bored, and I decided, okay, instead of making french fries in the air fryer, this time I'll try to actually fry them, and I started a grease fire. Some things got burnt. The whole house was not one of them, though. It stayed mostly on the stove. I did not handle it well. Fun fact, grease fires, the best way to put them out, if you can't cover them, try to douse it with flour. Whatever you do, do not put water on it, which I knew at the time, but I was panicking, so I did do that. What would be a killer accessory? Shiny armor, of course. A necklace with your own name in case you forget. A fabulous purse made from the skin of your person. Fancy brass knuckles. Sunglasses. At night. Coolness itself. Armor.
Sure.
Okay, so I have a 8 smarts, 7 boldness, 4 creativity, 4 charm, 5 fun, and 5 money. I would say, I'm switch the bold and creativity if we're actually gonna do my real stats. It's really auditorium. But they were all rehearsing for the class play. It's as though the muses themselves have descended to give you a figurative blowjob. What? Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school display standards. You gain +2 creativity. You see Damien and Miranda with their heads up in their hands. They look glum. You ask them, what's up? Yes, Miranda! Looks like Princess Peach. Not Peach. Princess Daisy. Ugh, we're boned. I do not know what this boned means, but I'm not optimistic about our chances on the upcoming exams. It's not fair. I shouldn't have to fail the test just because I spent all week in a really brutal mosh pit instead of going to class. And I did study. I had my servants read the entire textbook twice. But for some reason, my servants are not allowed to take the test for me. Well, there's only one thing left to do. Chop up the teacher and melt his body in acid. Okay. Okay. I might change these voices a little bit throughout the entire thing. In the 3rd grade, my 8th grade brother forgot to take my dad's expense. The bacon griller out of the oven trying to preheat the oven. Gets a bites and it melted and almost cost him. Oh, that's not fun. No, there's got to be another way. Doesn't there? Easy, just lobby the government until they remove the class monitors. You don't need to murder the teacher or something. Just burn down the entire school.
Fucking metal.
Shit, yeah. Finally a good excuse to do what I was probably gonna do eventually anyway. I'm not sure that's actually a good excuse. But it's too late. Damien is already running through the halls with 2 gallons of gasoline soaking everything. Later, as Damien is let out of the school in handcuffs for the 3rd time this week, he gives you a smile and a wink. Yes, suckers. They can't make me take the test if I'm in jail. I would again. Damien's happy and only a small portion of the school burned down. Looks like everybody wins. You gain +2 fun and +1 boldness. Cool.
Sure.
Who are you? I want to talk to y'all. You press the table. What you see? Are you done, ring light? As you approach the table, you see Vera delicately lifting a forkful of quinoa into her mouth. She brings her lunch from home. When food, 4, 6, 8. Who do we deliciate eating? Okay, I'm checking. My fucking ring light. I can't go inside. Okay. Well, let's see. Please tell me that makes that better. At this point, he can't take the test if he's in jail. That is true. He can't take it in jail, probably. Food, fork, 6, 8. Who do we deliciate? Eating, yay, eating.
Scott, what on earth are you doing?
I'm cheerleading you to help you be the best eater in the whole school.
What caused this obsession with cheerleading me through the mundane activities that require no cheerleading?
Everything requires cheerleading, silly. That's why we have cheerleaders for our cheerleaders. But I can see my cheerleading is not working. You haven't eaten anything yet.
That's because you keep startling me with your damn cheerleading. I can't eat when I'm startled.
No, that can't be it. I must not be cheerleading hard enough. Hey friend, maybe you can help me. You shouldn't be cheering for Vera to eat the food. You should be cheering for the food to get eaten by Vera in the walk-in freezer. The problem is obviously that we aren't dressed up as a giant salad. I'll do the walk. That's funny. But I'll do the walk-in freezer because I feel like that's gonna help. Oh, duh. It's just like when we cheer for the other team to lose instead of cheering for our team to win.
Yes, I invented that cheerleading strategy. It gives us a huge psychological advantage against teams that hate losing.
I'm gonna go try it now. Those vegetables are gonna get so inspired. Scott runs off to the kitchen to inspire the vegetables. You can still hear his muffled shouting from the back, but it's not bad.
That has been
Thanks.
quite
Now I can
pleasing.
finally enjoy this quinoa and baby tier salad without unwanted encouragement.
For the next week, all the cafeteria food seems extremely eager to get in your mouth. Cheerleading really works.
Sure.
Let's try the library. Oh, just a day you spend some time in the library in PCs mining some bitcoins. This is supposed to have something to do with solving algorithms and the rise of cryptocurrency. But you guess that nobody actually has any fucking idea how it really works. Anyway, you gain plus 2 bitcoins, which is equal to plus 2 million real dollars, which unfortunately equals to 2 monster dollars, so plus 2 money. After you're walking along when suddenly a car skids to a halt just in front of you. It's not the most logical location for a speeding car to barrel through, and yet here we are. Vera and Damien pop out. The work isn't bad. It's just not at the level it needs to be if you want to win this all-star drag race against a real badass hunk of metal. What's your plan to win, Damien? I just drive your car. What's your plan to win, Damien? I just drive your car really, really, really fast? A fucking course it is, Vera. That's literally how street racing works. It may have won you in the crown in the past, but it won't work against Justin Darrington. Damien, he's driving the Thunder Fuck Fight. And I'm driving Nancy, a pile of shit I lovingly cobbled together out of every car I've ever destroyed. Either in a race or just literally destroyed via arson or whatever. I don't think I can voice this stuff. This is funny. And Nancy can take on anyone, anything, anytime. The Thunderfuck 5000 is an electric car. Nancy runs on the juice of literal actual dinosaur corpses. What could be more badass?
So pathetic.
I don't know, maybe running on pure lightning? Nancy's a piece of shit, Damien. Deep down, you know that she does not have what it takes to win us this thing. Seems like this drag race is pretty important to the two of them, and that they're not going to come to an agreement on their own. Looks like it's up to you to be the voice of reason. Our icon red guy. His name's Damien. Hi, Alyssa. Attitude is everything, but Nancy will never embrace the inner fierceness with all of Vera's criticism. Come on, baby, let's get this car makeover. You're right, Nancy is amazing. But she can't quite make the grade. We need to crossbreed her with a faster car.
Great.
Perfect, we can get a brand new qualified race car, and Damien can feel like his shitty subpar car is useful. Nancy is a thing of beauty and grace, Vera. But as long as her genes that live on in whatever machine I drive to victory. What? The voice of chaos. The voice of chaos is more fun. As long as her genes live on in whatever machine I drive to victory, the plan is a-okay by me. Three of you get to work setting up what could be easily considered one of the most impressive and high-tech car crossbreeding programs in the country. You find a very shiny red electric limousine to serve as Nancy's stud, and start the breeding process alone. which mostly consists of making the cars a reservation at an approximately fancy and expensive restaurant, loading up their CD players with soundtrack. 2 trucks, heavens. 2 trucks, heavens. Nancy's trying her best. I don't appreciate the Nancy slander. Yeah, sometimes Nancy just needs a boost, though. Sometimes later, Nancy gives birth, don't ask how, not important, to the ultimate race car. What we've made, huh, guys? I mean, mostly what Nancy and El Diablo made. But we helped get them there.
Oh, not
Yeah,
bad.
honestly, this car is a masterpiece. I've been looking for my next business adventure, and I think I may get into high-end race car breeding. People make thousands off of breeding horses to race, and horses want to. But how hard could that be? How hard could that be? By that logic, I bet I could make millions of breeding race cars. You totally could. I'd be your first customer. You already were. I'll send you your invoice later. Well, looks like Damien has the race in the bag. Vera has a new business venture, and the world has a new species of super race car. You gain 2 boldness and 1 money from a kickback from Vera, which comes with a genuine smile from her. Score.
Sure.
What's up?
Welcome to my little shop. Buy some shit. I have shit that will boost your stats, shit that will lead you into stupid new adventures, and even some shit that might be much needed at some very specific moments, so take a look. Let's not. This you can murder your enemies, go to prison, make everyone your bitch, and then murder them too. See, I'm wise enough to know when a gift needs given. First matters such as death. Yeah, who would want to save money for their college fund when you can spend it on weird stuff that's most likely useless? That's the spirit, champ. I just bought a PR agent.
Sure.
I haven't talked to these 2 yet. When you arrive at their table, you find that Polly and Liam are eating. They're just taking pictures of their food. Welcome to the don't need to eat, so we just take dope food pics zone, baby. We believe that food, like heavy construction machinery, should be seen and not tasted. I don't know what to do for his voice yet. Yeah, I mean, have you ever tasted heavy construction machinery? Have you? I don't know, maybe. My weekends are usually kind of a blur. Like last Saturday, there will be plenty of time to chronicle your sex exploits later, Polly. Right now, we need to focus on these food pics. While Liam and Polly were busy bantering, you were busily arranging a dope food pic of your own, and now to complete your masterpiece. A food pic, but instead of food, it's just a bottle of whiskey with ketchup on it. A food pic of Liam taking a food pic. So meta. I figured that would get her. Oh my god, yes, I love liquid lunch. Wait, but you don't eat or drink. That's why I allowed you at my extremely cool food pic table. How do you even drink liquor?
Duh, I make an alive person drink it, and then I possess them and suck the drunkenness out of them, obviously. I suppose it's not too terribly dissimilar on how I get drunk, but why? Why put ketchup on the whiskey bottle? So it counts as food. You can't just drink a bottle of whiskey without ketchup on it for lunch. That wouldn't be a meal. Ah. You can't argue with that logic, nor do you want to, because then how would you justify getting drunk at lunchtime? Okay.
Sure.
That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team's spirits, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. You gain +2 charm. Hey, that was the one I was really lacking in. It's like in real life. Afterwards, you discover you've been poisoned, and only Vera has the antidote. She does this all the time. It's how she invites you to hang out.
Hey there.
I support women's rights and women's wrongs. There you are. Thank you so much for coming. I'm embarking on a new criminal enterprise, and I need a constant. Yeah, okay. The idea is simple yet brilliant. Think Uber, but for killing people. I call it murder. But it turns out that the market is flooded with assassination apps. Assassination apps in blood. I need to get ahead of the pack, and since you're such a good advisor, differentiate yourself by being the only service that offers free-range organic murders. Virtual marketing, literally. Tailor a highly contagious virus to make people love murder. You can do that? Great. You can use my private chemical weapons laboratory. And so, it's working better than I ever could have imagined. Demand for murder has gone through the roof since you released that virus. Sure, the side effects include vomiting, bloody tears, male lactation, coprophy, time dilation, rigor mortis, rectal teeth, renegade spleen, microaggressions, sudden tattoos, hair trauma, liquefaction, and coughing, but it's well worth it for the profits I'm raking in. Plus, I'm making a literal killing selling people the antidote for all those side effects. Imagine the speech is just total lose. Exactly. It's actually not an antidote though, it's actually just heroin. Jesus Christ. Did you know they used to give heroin to babies as a cough suppressant? Yeah, the real world is exactly as immoral as this video game. However, you gain +2 creativity and +1 money. I mean, they used to give radium as a cure-all for the rich people who could afford it. Before they discovered that, oh, radioactivity isn't good for humans, or anything living.
Sure.
Haven't been here yet. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there's like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself. But who cares? It's a rad party. You gain +2 fun. You're taking a break with Scott, Damien, and Vera when the whole wolf pack comes stomping over.
Oh great, it's these boneheads again. I wonder what they want. Hey Scott, what's up? What's up, dog? And non-dogs. Eat shit, you fucking flea farm. Whoa, Damien, calm down. These guys are my cousins. Even more important, they're my teammates. I'm not gonna bother with an actual voice for you. Oh yeah? Well, if we're so important, how come we didn't see you at the dog park last full moon? Last full moon? Oh wow, I don't remember. I was at the bowling alley with Damien and Bear, and then it was the next morning and I was naked and covered in blood. Oh yeah, that night was rad. We all wake up naked and covered in blood after a full moon, Scott, but we wake up naked and covered in blood together. You know why? Because we're werewolves. The question is, are you? I'm sick of these creeps always harassing Scott. We need to get rid of them, but how? Trying to throw a ball really far, but actually just hide it behind your back. A fiendish deception. Stack Bear and Demi. You're so ridiculous. Wow. You think just because we're werewolves we'd fall for the oldest trick in the book? You obviously just turned that ball invisible. We'll never find it out there. We'd be searching forever. I can't believe you pull such a mean trick on my cousins. It's like saying you're gonna give a treat and then not giving a treat. Come on, Scott. It's clear how these nerds feel about werewolves. Scott follows the wolf pack as they leave, casting a sad glance over his shoulder. Bear and Damien's looks aren't sad, but angry. Still not a good thing. You lose— Aw, I lose charm and creativity. Those are the ones I wanted to build. Damn it. Like, oh. Like, I'm probably not gonna go for either Bear or Damien, but I don't want them to think bad of me. I'm gonna talk to Miranda more. As usual, Miranda sits before her immaculate array of carefully arranged silverware. Damien, predictably, is examining her biggest knife. So this is the one for killing people. Right?
Disgraceful.
What? Good heavens, no. This is the better dagger. It would be unseemly to use it on meat. So what then? Am I supposed to use a scrawny-looking knife to kill a dude? No. If you simply must kill someone mid-meal, it is customary to use the fish knife. This is merfolk silverware, after all. That tiny thing? I might as well wait for my victim to die of old age. That is usually how it's done in my kingdom, yes. That or poison. This is ridiculous. Yo, you there. Which knife would you use to kill a guy? And don't say the fish knife. You need blades to kill people? I'm sorry. That would get me in good with him, but I want to get in good with her, so I said not to, but you said, oh, I'll show you which knife is used for murder. Damien picks up the scary knife he wanted to use in the first place and lunges at you. You pick up the fish knife. Yes, defend my honor. Make sure to hold the knife with the pinky extended. What? How did you disarm me? I'm normally the best at stabbing. Fuck me. I guess the fish knife really is the best for murder after all, huh? One must never doubt a princess in matters of silverware, my dear. Spoon was the funnier option, I'll give it that, but I really want to get in good with her. Because right now I think my options are her or Polly, but probably her. Miranda is so impressed with your prowess in combat and silverware, she awards you her napkin as a token.
Sure.
Hey, stranger.
I spent it here. It's called being smart. What a weirdo. New interaction so last year. Don't be a soup. Listen. I support women's rights and women's wrongs. Epic dodgeball match again. Cool. +2 charm. Okay. Between class periods, you discover a severed horse head in your locker. It has a note in its mouth telling you to meet Vera ASAP. I'm so glad you came. I have another crime problem which would benefit from your insight. Thanks to your input, murder has cornered the market in app-based assassinations, and yet the other crime lords don't take me seriously. And the spoons are better. This is just so cool. Listen! Listen! The other crime lords don't take me seriously. Just because I'm not a 40-year-old man with a scary scar, the sexist morons think they can just think this is just a phase for me. Since when did having a killer body and flawless skin disqualify a girl from a life of crime? It's disgusting. How can I show these chauvinist goons what crimes really mean to me? Come on, think of something. You're my most trusted advisor. I think both of these could be done. That's very dumb. I don't... She might get mad at me for that. I'll do what you guys say, that way, I can blame you. Instead of blame me. Okay, song. Okay, you guys are smart. I'll give you that. Good job, Alyssa. Very well, I have fancied myself a pop star. Just without the singing. Basically, I've just always fancied myself fabulous. Well, chop chop. Get to work writing me a hit single that will show my true love of crime. One night of frenzied songwriting later, I like big crimes in a canal. Motherfuckers came tonight. When a girl walks in with a mask on her face yelling, "Put the money in the briefcase." Get it done. Because if you don't spur around all your lives, I will. Don't test me. Wow, you're right. This song is a great idea. It even helped me rob this bank. Security footage of Vera's bank robbery becomes a #1 hit single overnight. She becomes too popular to prosecute. The other crime lords are forced to accept a devotion to crime. Especially when she threatens to repeat performance of her single in one of their safe houses. With all disagreements mended, everyone decides to have a gang war to celebrate. You gain +2 bonus and +1 fun. I need more charm.
Sure.
You notice Liam looking disgruntled, which is his default, so whatever. But it seems like Miranda is pretty upset too. Better check it out. That is such a cute top. That's a look, Damien. I mean, Liam. Damien is the other one. Not the safe houses. Yeah, the safe houses. Damien is the demon guy. I'm sorry, Liam. That I meant to say, that's a look, Liam. Why are you? Why, Liam? Liam, why are you typing on your phone so angrily? Did your phone offend you in some way? Why are you mad at it? You seem to be an 8.5 on the frowny Liam scale. Miranda is a queen. The what? The frowny Liam scale. Normally I can tell how people are feeling from their faces, but you seem to be frowning most of the time, so I created a chart to measure your frowniness. Miranda pulls out a notepad and displays a series of doodles of Liam's frowniness. They're not super accurate, but they are super adorable. I'm not angry at my phone. My so-called frowniness is caused by my heinous error. I specifically asked that my creature creme brulee be extra crispy I can read, so it truly popped with my hashtag massacre moment gram filter. Instead, they burnt it to a crisp, rendering it unphotographable. Monsters deserve to know what they're getting into if they choose to eat at this cafeteria, so they can choose to take their business to a different establishment, and I'm writing a scathing Welp review. Liam, you can't do that. If they shut the cafeteria down, the school kitchen staff will lose their jobs. Did you know that peasants have to do labor to make living wages? They don't simply have an unlimited store of gold. I was shocked when I first found out. Of course you were. If the kitchen staff wanted to earn their wages, they should have been better at their jobs. I'm simply the merchant of truth. No. No. You are every customer I've ever hated is what you are. No, you're the merchant of poop. Your royal sophistication shines through. Look, ask Green. Their taste may tend toward the mainstream, but surely they can see the subpar cafeteria must be exposed. Don't be ridiculous. Green is surely more compassionate than that, and would gladly help me save the cafeteria. Again. Again? Gosh, it's hard to keep track of your misadventures at this shit show of a school. Still, you'll help if you can. So take an army of homeless people we pay to fight positive people. Liam, one voice alone seems like I'm not shut down the cafeteria. Listen to the voice of a high school. Renowned food critic. Let's go with the army. Hi, Bethy Bell. Why, of course. This plan involves two of my most favorite strategies. Gathering an army and outsourcing work to the disenfranchised. If it involved torture and suppression of dissidents, it would hit all my favorites, but there might be still time for that later. I don't even have a response to this. You go to the vast homeless population who wander the woods near the school, don't ask, and convince them the cafeteria is a trendy new restaurant that sells food for the most valuable currency of all. Positive Welp reviews. Turns out they're pretty gullible when they're starving, so they flock to the cafeteria in droves and start writing spectacular reviews on their phones. God, oh god. Oh. Because now homeless people have phones of their own. It seems they kept all the unwanted blackberries. Remember blackberries? Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, me neither. Oh, okay, apparently I don't. Miranda Vanderbilt said his principal giant spider from bursting in the cafeteria with 8-legged panache. Stop bringing droves of homeless people into our cafeteria. A principal giant spider, it was absolutely vital to the vitality of the school. You said that the last 5 times. You can't solve all your problems by manipulating homeless people. God, Miranda! Notorious PGS. Principal giant spider storms out, but Miranda looks perfectly chipper.
Oh, he may pretend to be upset, but I think the subtext was pretty clear. Thank you, Miranda and Green, for saving the entire school like the beautiful heroes you are. That's 100% a lie, but Miranda called you beautiful. Aw, it's a win.
Sure.
I need more charm. I'm low on charm. More epic dodgeball. Match someone tans, both teams are so into it, you decide to raise the stakes. By petting part of your charm, it gives the team's leader's charm. The commitment amazes your whole team, and their spirit is fueled by determination. Finally, you win and take +2 charm from the other team's leader. She's now a bit less fabulous. Hell yeah.
Youth is a gift.
Alright everyone, let's get ready for a rousing round of Middle Ages style shinty. Yes. Really? Just kidding. It's more dodgeball. Liam, Miranda, you're the team captains. Miranda, you pick first. Oh, I guess. Green? Miranda pulls you aside and begins talking in a stage whisper that is probably definitely audible to your fellow students. It's always a great blow to my honor to lose at anything, even a foolish present sport like dodging balls. Quite frankly, I'm not even sure that you're up to par, but you do seem like you spend a great deal of time examining our fellow students, almost as if you're obsessively ranking them in your mind as to who would be the best prom date or some such thing. Uh-huh. Oh man, did Miranda call you out or what? Tell me, so that my royal reputation is not sullied by losing this paltry game. How best can I assess the skills of my fellow students and therefore lead my team to victory? Great question. Time to take a royal stab at her heart. Not literally though, but coming up with an equally great answer. Loyalty is crucial. Few admires you most by having your classmates compose ballads about you. It's not about the students as individuals. Think about how they fit together, like an elegant set of silverware. Yes. Why, Green? That might just be the most brilliant suggestion you've ever made. I may not fully be able to wrap my mind around the logic of simple peasants. Why would anyone want to be poor anyway? Why would anyone want to be poor anyway? But I certainly know my way around a fine dining set. Vera is like a diamond bouillon spoon, expensive, elegant, deadly. Polly is a quadruple chopsticks, fun and impractical. Damien, of course, is a meat triton. But no further explanation needed, I trust. My opposing team captain, Liam, why, he's a fork. Outdated and obscure. And you, Green, you're the most rare and valuable utensil of all. A heart spoon. Oh, that's so sweet. The spoon we use for scooping out all the still-beating hearts of our enemies. Well, that's the thought that counts. And for Miranda, the thought of torture is very sweet. You gain +2 charm and +1 fun, not to mention intricate knowledge of Mars silverware. I'll take it.
Sure.
I'm gonna go ahead. My wrist is hurting right now. I need to put on a brace. What stat should I do? I need to boost my creativity a bit, I think. Or should I boost charm again? Creativity is my lowest stat, though. Miranda's kind of very worrying to me. Listen, I support women's rights and women's wrongs. I support women's rights and women's wrongs.
I love the kind of woman who will actually just kill me. Pick your quote, really. Should I boost my creativity, my charm, or my smarts? I literally have not been to class once. So... But I want to go to the other... No, I don't want to go to the other room again because she's there, so she'll try to make me buy something. I'll go to class. That day you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes, after all the monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at this high school. You gain +2 smarts. As you wander around talking to yourself like a weirdo, you notice Miranda walking around. Talking to herself like a weirdo, she seems to be addressing an imaginary crowd.
Fellow classmate.
Oh, hello. I was just practicing my royal wave for when I am crowned prom queen. I feel there is a lot to be learned before I ascend to the throne. Naturally, as a princess, I am already great at wearing crowns, talking to cute animal friends, quelling rebellions through excessive force, and singing sweetly. But I lack administrative experience, and I have never so much as issued a decree. I wonder what my first should be. You don't have the heart to tell her that the role of prom queen doesn't come with sobriety. Maybe you should just give her some suggestions instead. Taxes are not fun. I don't like filing them. Paint every student pink. I wasn't gonna say taxes. I hate taxes. Pink? Why pink? Why not orange or gold or lavender? You are literally pink. You start to tell her that it could be any color she wants, but she just continues talking over you. I might as well just tell them just set them all on fire and turn them all black. What good would that do? What use of my subjects would be to me if they were all charred to a crisp? What a horrid suggestion. You try to remind her that you never said anything about setting anyone on fire, and that I worked hard for this creativity. Miranda, why? Why do you like taxes? Now I gotta make it up to Miranda. The table you chose is quite crowded. Liam sits across from Miranda, who is flanked by 2 well-dressed servants. One of the servants cuts a slice of Salisbury steak and feeds it to the other. Seriously, Miranda? You have servants to chew your food for you? What? Of course not! That would be barbaric. The servant happily swallows the Salisbury steak. I have servants to eat for me. They're called eating serfs. Don't you have any? First of all, no, I don't eat food. Second of all, that totally defeats the purpose of eating. Aren't you worried about starving? Why would I be? My soup gets all the calories I need to stay fit and healthy. Ugh, I have no objective reason to care about this, but suddenly it's all I care about. Someone convince Miranda to stop this madness. Maybe you should start this madness, Liam. Imagine all the food you could take pictures of without having to eat any of it. But Miranda, look at the contented smile on the servant's face. You think he's eating for you, but secretly he's eating for himself. I know I said I want to make it up to Miranda. I'm kind of worried that she's not eating. No, it can't be! Gordo, say it isn't true! But Gordo can't say anything because his stomach is full of delicious Salisbury steak. Salisbury steak, which he is obviously eating entirely for his own benefit. Traitorous dog! You want me to starve to death? Is that your plan? I think maybe he was just taking advantage of the fact that you don't understand how food works. Taking advantage of me? Scoundrel! Burpee, eat Gordo for me at once. The two serfs look at each other, then stuff as much food as I can into their mouths before fleeing the cafeteria. Alas, how will I ever get my recommended daily allowance of nutrients now? You could try eating myself, but how? You and Liam have a ton of fun explaining to Miranda as she learns how to eat food for apparently the first time in her life. Probably needs taxes. Oh, I need to get I need to build my creativity back up. During trouble conveying your point in a discussion, so you decide to convey it through music. You start singing, and suddenly everyone else joins you in a kick-ass musical number. It's so amazing that the people with whom you were arguing totally get your point and change their minds when the song is over. You gain +2 creativity. After rehearsal, you notice Liam, Polly, and Miranda staying late. You expect this from Liam, but Polly and Miranda? Something's up. That is such a cool costume. No. We need something transcendent, something fresh. Liam giving us both back rubs is neither of those things. Whatever. I don't like your tone. Honestly, I don't know why either of you even signed up to help with the intermission performance. Principal, Giant Spider said I could do this instead of taking math. Academics at the school are such a joke. It's awesome. Intermission performance? Polly told me we were coming here for back rubs. Well, you're both here now. We've got to make the best of it. Let's give that audience the best 13 minutes of their lives. A rousing speech. You have my scepter. You know what? That does sound fun. Let's do it. So, any ideas? No? How are we gonna do a great performance if we don't even know what we're gonna perform? Reenact Snow White. Miranda can be Snow White, Liam can be the prince, and Polly can be every other single. Literally, just throw money at them. People love it. Second one is kind of funny. First one is is very funny. I'm not sure which one's the correct one to go with. So I'll just go with which one I imagine would be funnier as an audience member. Yeah, great. Oh yes, the role I was born to play. Literally, a prophecy foretells that I will one day fall asleep after an allergic reaction to an apple. Are you sure Polly can play all those roles? There's at least 7 other... Hell yeah! Finally, a use for all these false beers I've been collecting. And all these amphetamines. In that case, we have a cast. I'll have to spend some time ruling a small kingdom, of course, to get into character. Oh, you can use Lemuria. Father just had their old prince executed. You kick back and pick to watch them rehearse. Polly pulls out like 20 fake beers from God knows where. You gain +2 fun and +1 creativity.
Sure.
Last week. I want more charm.
Give me your money.
Oh. I forgot you were there. Fine, I don't know.
See you later.
Because inside every person there's a potential serf. So it's a gift from Miranda then?
Sure.
Who are you? You're not romanceable, so I guess I shouldn't try to care. You arrive at your chosen table to find Miranda folding napkins at Vera. You want to know what this one is for, Vera? No. I'll take that as a yes. The rose-shaped napkin fold is for birthdays between the ages of 16 and 22. Miranda's hands move fast as lightning, turning the rose into a gorgeous white swan. By contrast, the swan folding is for first weddings, third weddings, and swan giveaways. What about second weddings? As a fashion enthusiast, I've never been so bored by a piece of fabric. Oh, and this black swan folding is for weddings where you plan to brutally murder all the guests. Not very popular, the black swan folding. Okay, that's sort of cool, but I'm still aggressively uninterested. You happen to have napkin folding skills yourself. Maybe you can spice up this interaction. You decide to show off your most impressive napkin fold. If you fold a napkin like so, it creates a self-aware napkin whose sole purpose is to fold more napkins. This writhing snake fold is for when it's time to leave Bear alone and stop explaining napkin folds. That's funny in a dickish kind of way. So I'll do the first one. Oh, that's adorable! Look at it folding everybody's napkins. It's like a tiny, adorable surf. It looks like it's folding the other napkins into more self-folding napkins. I know, it's so efficient. Come, little napkin surf, be free. Aren't you worried this will turn into a self-replicating napkin scenario, progressing geometrically until the world is nothing but napkins? Why? That sounds lovely. God, you're impossible. You seem to have mispronounced impeccable. Whatever. I'm leaving before the napkin folk take over the world. Vera leaves you alone for a romantic lunch with Miranda. You can't hang out too long, though. You've got to stop those napkins before they take over the world.
Sure.
Okay. I would like to build up my charm again. For dodgeball, amidst the battle, you spot a fellow player that seems utterly discouraged. She thinks she's not worth anything at dodgeball, and she attempts to throw a ball at herself. You explain to her the many ways you think she's unique and wonderful, while also defending the many pleasures in life. With your help, she's capable of finding reasons to keep playing and gains a sense of self-worth. You gain +1 BFF. Sadly, she's not part of this game, so that beautiful friendship will take place off-screen. And +2 charm. That's funny. Afterwards, a procession and 500... A royal procession... Afterwards, a royal procession 500 members strong informs you that Miranda has requested your presence at dinner tonight. The restaurant she's chosen is so fancy, its name is unpronounceable by anyone making less than 6 figures. But with all these heavily armed guards around you, you think it unwise to refuse, and so later that night. This restaurant is remarkably charming for a low-born establishment. Low-born? Granted, the flatware is only platinum, not diamond. And this wine seems to be significantly less than 1,000 years old. But at least our table is held up by 3 weeping serfs, as it always ought to be. Garçon, 1 bowl of rubies and a bottle of actual gold, if you would be so kind, and my suitor will have... Quick, pick something before she realizes you've never been anywhere fancier than Wilmer's Chicken Hut. Doesn't matter what I order, anything will taste good as long. That's the sweetest thing anyone has ever said to me. Most people in my family simply order the most expensive thing on the menu. It doesn't even have to be edible. In fact, it usually isn't. But you're willing to actually eat food in front of me? I'm charmed. She's so charmed, in fact, that she doesn't notice that you've never actually ordered anything. Score! You gain +2 smarts and +1 fun. Nice! I have almost straight 12s. I just need 3 more creativity. Obviously Miranda. Yes, obviously Miranda.
Sure.
Finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to the Monster Prom with you. What? I'm sorry to tell you this, my friend, but I think your princess is in the castle. Damn it! Damn it! You couldn't get a date for Monster Prom. You actually couldn't get a date for the rest of your life. Some nights alone in your bed, you wish sadness was an STD, because at least you wouldn't be getting so much of it. Just like this public school. Only a bit overwater shrinkage. Oh, damn it! The 6 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the Monster Prom, we kept on living our lives. Falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. You know what? Like it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Damien became a renowned drag racer until he died in the most badass way during a race. At the funeral, you spotted him hidden among the crowd. He winked at you. Miranda used her vast knowledge of serfs to get a job handpicking the best serfs for other people. Unsurprisingly, she ended up leaving her serfs to do the work. Scott became an athlete. Not so long ago, he won a prestigious national award for being the best at doing sports. For those 6 weeks, the Monster Prom seemed larger than life. And then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in that war, called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. How could she say no? I don't know. I need to do better. This is a really cool outro though. I love the art in this game. Listen, I like Miranda better than Vera. Listen, they would both kill me. I'll give them that. The difference is, Miranda would do it by poison. Vera would do it in cold blood. I prefer the poison. Hey, one of the crowd designers is named Noel. I can hear my beautiful glitch. Those awesome guys. I'll probably play this again. I've unlocked an erotic fanfic about dragons. This is about to get weird. You've unlocked new images in the gallery. Alright. Ooh. I am going to, quit the stream now. I will probably play this game again. Because I want to actually get to the prom part of Monster Prom. That would be so cool. This game is really interesting. I would definitely want to get to the prom part of Monster Prom. And eventually I want to play the sequel games, because there are 2 other sequel games. Monster Camp, and Monster Road Trip. All three games were on sale for the summer Steam sale, but like, this one was cheapest. So, yeah. Have a good night, guys.